Hey peeps, welcome back. We are talking The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Season 5, Episode 4. Hey, before we get into the video, please do me the honors of subscribing to my channel, hitting the notification bell so you can always be notified when I post new content, hitting the thumbs up because that does wonders for my channel, and share. Thanks. All right, you guys, I'm all caught up. I'm currently on this week's episode. Oh my gosh, can you believe it? Anyway, let's just get into it. I'm just going to tell you right off the rip, the very beginning of the episode with the whole Whitney and Heather, Laverne and Shirley reenactment down at the bottling plant. Oh my gosh, I was so jealous. Jealous! Oh my gosh. To this day, I still enjoy the reruns of Laverne and Shirley. Oh my gosh, the cute shirts with the W and the H on it. I was there for it. I absolutely loved it. I was completely tickled. Now, honey, when we move on, when Mary is in her bathroom pressing her hair and Whitney comes in and asks, "What's that?" Listen, I appreciate that Mary didn't give her the old bobblehead look or give her the full history on hot combs. Listen, Mary just came right out and said it's something black people use to straighten their hair. Mary is not here for it. She doesn't have time for it. But what I loved so much.
Love you. Love you too.
Can you believe this? Mary M. Cosby giving love and hugs to Whitney. Listen, I have no idea what the hell is going on. What have they done to Mary Cosby? I have no clue what the hell is happening, but I love it. This Mary is so fun to watch. She is participating in all events and she is being friendly. Well, you know, not to Brittany, but she's being friendly. I really like this. This Mary, I'm here for. Meredith she's engaged, okay? She has decided that she's going to bone collect and carry, okay? She goes to Lisa's room and lets Lisa know that Angie and Whitney came to her the night before and was trying to turn her against Lisa by letting them know that Lisa cannot be trusted. Lisa is not a loyal friend. Remember all those things that Lisa said about you? They need a friend, okay? They need a partner. They really need someone else to help them stand against Lisa, which I don't understand it. Why do they let Lisa Barlow drag them around town? I mean, Lisa Barlow runs the girls.
But I am in charge of the girls.
Lisa Barlow is in charge of the girls. I don't understand why they allow this. Not me, girl. Anyway, Meredith says she knows exactly what they're up to. They're on the outs with Lisa and they're trying to drag her in and she is not here for it. So she spills all the information to Lisa. Now Lisa's upset. She says they don't have any reason to do this to me. You know, she's the victim. Lisa's the victim. No, ma'am. Lisa is so self-centered. So focused on herself. She is such a narcissist. She doesn't care about anyone else's point of view or their feelings. None of it. As long as people are good little soldiers and following behind Lisa Barlow, she is there for them. She can be loyal to them. But as soon as they decide they want to use their own damn brain and go their own way, friendship over. Now, honey, listen, Meredith leaves to go get dressed. Whitney has plans. She has planned the entire day. And I'm going to tell you, Whitney did a really good job with this trip. I think her planning was great this time. This trip looked like a good time. I did want to send a shout out to Whitney and her family. I know that for the last maybe 4 or 5 days, Whitney has been living at the ICU with her daughter, Bobby. I'm not sure exactly what's going on, but I know that she has been at that hospital day and night for her daughter, and I am sending up good prayers and vibes for Whitney and her entire family. I know that she was supposed to be on Watch What Happens Live last night, but she couldn't make it because she needed to be with her daughter, and that is totally understandable. So I'm wishing nothing but good health, good vibes for Whitney and her entire family. May Bobby get better soon and be on her way home. Whitney goes over to Lisa's room. She's stopping by everybody's room, you know, giving love, giving hugs, letting them know the plans for the day. And Lisa, with her attitude, tells Whitney that she's not going to go to the beer caves. she doesn't want to do it. And she doesn't want to give Whitney any other reasons why she doesn't want to do it. But the thing is so crazy, she convinces Maylee and Brittany to go with her. But it was kind of odd because she stopped by to ask Maylee to go with her and Brittany was there. And she said, well, since you're here, you should come too. I said, well, that's one hell of an invite. I think I would have said no. But I thought about it. I said, Maylee is Whitney's friend. And if she knew that Lisa was out and about town spreading rumors about her making too many exchanges at the Nordstrom and about to get blackballed from there for buying outfits, wearing them and returning them, maybe she wouldn't have wanted to go curling with Lisa. Anyway, after seeing the whole curling event, when they get there, she tells the coach that she didn't want to be with the other girls, and so that's why they're curling. And he said, well, what were the other girls doing? And she said they were going to the beer caves. And once he informed her that that was a highlight of Milwaukee, she had egg on her face. Honey, I would have much rather gone to the beer caves, even though we find out later that the beer cave is haunted. I don't do haunted things. I really don't. I love a horror movie. I love a haunted story. I love, paranormal programming, but I don't want to be somewhere that's really haunted. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I'm scared of everything. You know what I'm saying? Not me, girl. When they get on the bus to go to the beer cave, when Whitney informs everybody, Lisa's not joining us, and I guess the rest of the girls, Brittany and Maylee went with her. Bronwyn said, Brittany and Maylee? Bronwyn was completely shocked. She said, oh my Lord, she must have invited the first two people she's seen, because I can't imagine that those are the people she wanted to hang out with. Anyway, Whitney can't figure this out. Why would Lisa just all of a sudden leave the group? Now, I would just like to say that if this was Lisa's planned trip and all of a sudden Whitney grabbed two girls and refused to follow the plans of the day, Lisa Barlow would have had a complete fit. A fit. She would have held a grudge. Let me just tell you. Anyway, what I loved about it is Whitney came right out and asked Meredith if she told Lisa about her and Angie having that conversation with her. Meredith came right out and said yes. Okay, I said, oh my God. Listen, I'm glad that Meredith told the truth and she didn't try to lie or dance around it. She said, Lisa and I have worked hard on our friendship and we have told each other that we were going to tell everything, especially if somebody tries to tear our friendship up. And I'm paraphrasing. Honey, listen, I thought that was hilarious as hell. And of course, Angie and Whitney, they weren't really here for Meredith sharing that conversation. When they get to the beer cave, which was very nice, we find out that the Queen of Champagne, Mary and Heather Dubrow can share the crown. Heather Dubrow loves a good dom. And I think Heather says that her favorite year is either the 2010 or the 2012. Well, we know that Mary's favorite dom is the 2003. Okay. So they can both wear the crown. But we find out that Mary has never had beer. Well, honey, listen. The guy at the beer cave said, well, you're about to have the champagne of beer, the Miller High Life. I said, Miller High Life is the champagne of beer? I didn't know that. Anyway, it turns out Mary loved it. Mary loved it. I said, what? Mary says, who knew that beer was upscale and regal? Listen, they pulled out all the Miller. They did a whole beer tasting, okay? There were several different beer versions that Mary enjoyed. One of the girls said, who knew we were going to become beer drinkers? I mean, I'm here for it. So back at the curling. Here we go with Brittany talking about Jared Osmond. Lisa was right on the money when she says, Jared is a D-list Osmond. You know what I mean? Who gives a shit? Brittany, she irritates me with this relationship with Jared because she is a grown-ass woman with children and 2 ex-husbands, and you are doing all of this for Jared Osmond. You are crying and about to lose your damn mind. Now, you just told us an episode back that you don't have a relationship with your children. I don't see you crying over them kids. Okay, I think that comment that I just made is rude. And it's wrong, but it's a fact. We don't see her losing her mind, tearing herself apart over choosing a man over her children. That pisses me off. Anyway, let me move on. Let me get off this woman's back. The man texts her, and Lisa was absolutely right when she says, the man is gaslighting and manipulating the hell out of you. Everything that Lisa is telling her about this relationship is facts. Lisa should absolutely be this woman's dating coach. She needs to get some therapy, work on her relationship with her children, and then think about dating. When you get past the therapy and rekindle your relationship with your children, reach out to Lisa Barlow for some dating assistance. Jeez, she's a pain in the ass. Now, when they tell the girls that the beer cave is haunted, they take them into another part of the cave so they can listen to some ghost stories. Now, listen, I love a good ghost story. I really do. But I don't want to hear about it while I'm standing in the middle of the place that's haunted. No, ma'am. Tell me when we get back to the hotel. Anyway, Mary telling them her Jeffrey Dahmer tales. Girl, please stop it. Stop it with this. I don't want to hear no more about Mary's daddy smelling dead bodies. No more. While the girls are listening to this, story, and Mary is giving her Jeffrey Dahmer tales, Heather is sitting back with Whitney, and she tells Whitney very nicely, Meredith mentioned that, you're getting your merchandise from Alibaba, and selling it here, for 10 times as much. And I'm paraphrasing. Whitney says that is not true, and that one of her business partners reached out to her and said that she saw the post on social media and wondered if it was one of Whitney's friends that was doing it. Whitney is determined that Meredith is the one out here posting this stuff about her. She says that hasn't Meredith learned her lesson? Especially after last year and everything that went on with the DMs and the articles and the blogs. Listen, you would think that even though I really feel that Meredith was vindicated last season with the whole reality Von tease and Monica and all of this stuff, I think that Whitney has a little bit of a point. Meredith should really just stop bringing up these blog posts and everything. Let that part go, because you know that they're going to blame you for it. You know that they did not give you a real apology last season at the reunion. They haven't apologized to you so far. So I think that they still believe that you're partly responsible for some of these things. I don't think that I would too much bring up the stuff that I saw on the blogs. Whitney then says that if Meredith really liked her, she would have came to her directly with this information. But that's the thing. She doesn't like you. She doesn't like you. I must repeat, she doesn't like you. She has already told you multiple times that she believes you stole her idea for a jewelry line. You stole her bath bobs idea. She probably thinks in the back of her mind, next week you're going to have caviar. Listen, she doesn't like you. I'm just saying. Heather says, this is such a great trip. We're having a great time. I beg of you, please do not bring up any of this on the Sprinter van. Well, listen, they make it back to the hotel without any incident. No incident. Then when they get all dressed up, they are looking good. They are going out to dinner at the Harley Davidson Museum. This is a museum, not a restaurant. They have actually set the place up and served a meal to the girls right here in the middle of this museum. And I think that was really beautiful. Honey, as soon as they get on the Sprinter van, Heather says, this is a great trip, Whitney. You have really done a good job putting this trip together. Whitney says, it was a great trip until I found out that you guys have been talking about my business. I mean, shit. Listen, I don't care what any of these girls say. All of these ladies have businesses, pretty much. And if anybody brings up their business in a negative light, they lose their shit. That is all the housewives across all the housewife franchises. They all have businesses. Please say one thing negative about their business and they are about to lose their shit. Meredith says that she didn't say anything negative. She was trying to look out for her by telling Heather, listen, I'm sorry, Meredith, we were not born yesterday. We know you don't like Whitney. And I don't think that you told Heather because you don't want anything bad to happen to Whitney. I don't think you told Heather because you wanted her to find out gently. I think you told Heather because you wanted everybody else to find out and you wanted to piss her off because you were angry with her. The truth is, if you really truly cared about her the way you were pretending at this moment that you cared about her, you would have told her, Whitney, girl, I seen that post out online. What's going on? Do you need some help? I've been in this business for 20 years. I've won some awards for my fashion pieces. Please let me know if I could help you. She didn't give her any of that. Instead, she told Heather, and then she told Heather she doesn't care about my opinion, or else she would have asked me. No, ma'am. I'm not buying it, Meredith. They get to the Harley Davidson Museum and they meet Mr. Davidson. I don't know. He is a very close relative of the inventor of the Harley Davidson, and he's in charge of the company. Anyway, he was a very nice man, gave us a little bit of history on the Harley Davidsons. I guess there is 121 or 120 different editions of the bike. They had beautiful colors. There is a color for everybody. I personally don't like motorcycles just because I know a couple of people who have been hurt in motorcycle accidents. Thank God they were wearing their helmets and a jacket and the, boots and everything. But still, I'm scared of bikes. For those of you who love bikes, please practice bike safety. Whitney then sits down to dinner with the rest of the girls and she gives all of them an original piece from her collection, which of course upsets her even more because Meredith was, speaking on her business, and she asked Meredith, in the future, please do not speak about her business. If you hear something or want to talk to her about it, please share it with her personally. And the next thing you know, Whitney is saying that talking to other people about her business, it's like gossiping. And I laughed a little because Whitney is the queen of gossiping on this franchise. She is the one who gossips the most on this franchise, in my opinion. And I thought, girl, please shut the hell up. You were the one who started the whole rumor about the Blowy for jazz tickets. You talk a lot. You know what I mean? Shut up, Whitney. Anyway, Lisa decided that it was her business to jump in the conversation. I did hear Lisa say that she's the one who brought it to Meredith's attention. So, okay. Lisa was gossiping about Whitney's business and took it over to Meredith, who in turn told Heather.
You and Angie talked to Meredith about me, and that is also gossip. I've worked really hard on this friendship with Meredith. I don't need you guys going to her and saying, do you trust her? Do you think she's your friend?
I'm feeling steamrolled by you.
I love that this is your key word, you too, steamroll.
Because
We're going to use the steamroll. Steamroll.
It's a great
You
word.
feel steamrolled when I come to you with facts. Is that what you feel steamrolled by?
Lisa, listen, I don't hear anything from you since I left your event because I voiced my opinion about, and it didn't match how you felt about Whitney.
I care that you went to her with stuff I said to you in confidence, and I said, you just changed our relationship.
You don't like that I'm not just doing whatever you want me to do.
I don't give a
Yes, you do.
Don't do that to me.
You do.
Bitch, don't do that.
I'm back
mad
on you.
right now.
I'm pissed at you. She wants you to say, yes, Lisa, you're right, Lisa, and have zero opinion that doesn't align with what she's thinking. I don't put any conditions on her, and I don't want any conditions put on me.
Go hang out with everybody but
I'm
me.
here. Where were you this morning?
Call Electra. Wait, isn't that what you do? Hold on, it's Electra. That's what you do when you have to get away from having a conversation with me after you call me.
Let's not bring kids into this.
I'm not bringing kids into it. It's her excuse to get off from me.
If I hang up, it's because I'm a responsible mother who pays attention to my child.
Lisa doing all that screaming and yelling and all of this at the Harley Davidson Museum. I said, first of all, this is a museum. Second of all, they were really nice to set this nice dinner up in here. You know what I mean? Please show some respect. Angie jumping up and kicking that chair back. I said, okay, I know. Lisa had to have a moment by throwing her glass. You have to have a moment by kicking this chair. She kicked this chair and nobody moved, no flinching, nothing. Maylee got up to help picked the chair up, put her jacket back on the back of it. I mean, it was a lot. It really was. I don't know what's wrong with these girls. I really don't. Lisa has a point. Lisa is upset with Angie because Angie shared her conversation that she had with Lisa with Whitney. I think that Lisa has the right to be upset about that. However, they all share each other's conversations and say things that they should not say. But where I draw the line with Lisa was bringing up Electra. Even though she didn't say anything bad about Electra, she doesn't have any right to bring Electra up. If I'm on the phone and I'm talking to one of my girlfriends, actually, I don't give a damn who I'm on the phone with. If my kid says something or needs something, I'm hanging up with you. I don't blame her. Angie said that she was raised by her father. She's been telling us this for the last 2 seasons. She was raised by a single father because her mom passed away. And now she's a mom and she wants to give her all to her daughter. I don't think that she is being a horrible friend by giving her time to her child. My kid is going to beat out everybody no matter who the hell they are. I don't care who you are. If my kid needs me, I am there for him. I'm not going to ignore them just to sit on this phone cackling with your ass. It's not going to happen. You could see when Lisa said that, when she saw Angie's reaction and the rest of the girls, she knew right then she had fucked up. Lisa was wrong for that. And if anybody would have said anything about Jack or Henry, she would have jumped up from that table, threw her Diet Coke on Angie and lost it. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. She was wrong for that. Now, Brittany and her clinking her damn glass to make an announcement. I said, damn it. Don't make this a habit. Every time they get together as a group, this woman has to clink her damn glass and make an announcement about Jared. I mean, shit. As soon as she clanked her glass, Mary M. Cosby rolled her damn eyes. I said, I'm here with you, Mary. I'd roll mine too if I was there. She makes the announcement that her and Jared are officially broke up. And I said to myself, how the hell are y'all officially broke up when y'all weren't even together? Just like earlier at the Curlin when they showed the text messages. This dude calls y'all's relationship a friendship. Y'all wasn't no couple. I said, well, they've broken up 17 times now in this, we up to 17. But I have to agree with Mary when she says, give it 5 minutes and they'll be back together. Mary said, I cannot believe you were listening to us when we told you that you need to break up. I am with Mary. 5 minutes from now, that woman is going to be back together with Jared Osmond. And the rest of the girls said, why are you with him anyway? Are you with him just because he's an Osmond? Are you with him because you want to live on Osmond Lane? Lisa cracked me up. She said, I don't even think Donnie and Marie lived on Osmond Lane. Listen, who gives a damn? Okay, who gives a damn? You know what? I'm sick of this. Okay, I think that she should be embarrassed. Stop bringing Jared up. We don't want to hear about it. Okay, get some help. I think that Brittany doesn't like Bronwyn, and she was already, pretty much over Bronwyn, especially how Bronwyn seems to try to read her every time she gets the opportunity. And she goes after Bronwyn and tells her, you shouldn't be worried about me and Jared. You should, worry about your own marriage. And for a minute there, I was gagged. I said, ooh. But, Bronwyn pretty much got her butt together. Brittany says, well, what's your husband's name? And Bronwyn said, oh, you don't know my husband's name. You just told me to worry about my marriage, but you don't know his name. I think that Brittany was giving Bronwyn the treatment that Bronwyn gives Brittany. Brittany was insinuating that Bronwyn only married her husband for his money. Bronwyn, I think she handled it pretty classy. I think that Bronwyn could be savage if she wanted to. And there has been so much that Brittany has given and divulged that if Bronwyn really wanted to, she could have laid Brittany's ass to rest. Okay, she explained to Brittany that she is very much in love with her husband. She could take him for everything he has because they don't have a prenuptial agreement, but she would never do that. She says that she's physically attracted to him and she did not know how much money he was worth when she met him and fell in love with this guy. Personally, I don't buy a lot of what Bronwyn was given, but I think she handled herself beautifully. I think that Brittany was only trying to get back at Bronwyn because Bronwyn has been down Brittany's throat from day one. But Brittany, honey, girl, you are not winning. This relationship with the Osmond dude is not a relationship. This was a situationship, and he had, a lot of situationships. You are just somebody, to fill his Costco cards. No matter if Bronwyn did marry her husband for money or whatever, they have been married for 10 years, and that is a legitimate commitment that you just do not have. So I think that you should stop talking about Jared. You brought up her husband, but Bronwyn has never had any conversations with you about her husband or her family. You are the one who continues to talk about Jared. And if you're going to continue to bring him up and how he treats you like shit and the relationship breaking up every couple days, that gives Bronwyn the right to ask questions. The rest of the group were. I'm just saying. Now, honey, listen, they go back to the hotel and they get all dressed up to go to the drag show. And Bronwyn puts on one of her couture outfits, which is a hot dog outfit.
Diggity dog diggity boom, what you do to me, Oscar Myers, hot dog diggity, hot diggity dog diggity boom, what you do to me. I wish I was an Oscar Mayer. Everyone would be in love with me.
Okay, so Meredith is adorable. I thought that was super cute. I think that her outfit fit right in at the drag place. However, I have to agree with Mary when Mary said the heart coat was couture. This hot dog outfit is a costume. I'm with Mary on that. That was a costume. I don't know how much that cost. They didn't put it up there, but ma'am, I have a feeling that if somebody says something is couture, Broadwood will buy it. Anyway, the ladies had a blast at the drag show. They all worked the stage and the fans was loving Mary M. Cosby. She got the crowd moved. Okay, they were going wild and crazy for Mary M. Cosby. Anyway, I think so far this season of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City is given. I have enjoyed it so far. Get down in the comments, you guys. Let me know what you think. And until next time, bye.